Hang, clean, and jerk. Athlete must lift the barbell from the floor into the starting position with the hips and knees fully extended. The athlete will then perform a hang clean from the power position, mid-thigh, or the knee. Full squat or power cleans are both permitted. The athlete then moves the barbell overhead, showing full extension of the elbows at the top. Split jerk, push press, or strict press are all permitted. If the athlete chooses to perform a split jerk, they must bring the feet together to complete the repetition. Front squat. The athlete must bring the barbell from the floor up to the front rack position on the shoulders. The repetition will begin with both hips and knees fully extended. The athlete will then descend into a squat until the hip crease passes below the knees. The rep is complete when the athlete returns to the standing position with the hips and knees fully extended. Burpee over the bar. Each repetition begins with the athlete jumping or stepping back and lowering their body until the chest and thighs are in contact with the floor. The athlete will then jump or step up to their feet and jump over the barbell. A 2-foot takeoff and 2-foot landing is required. Burpee may be performed perpendicular or parallel to the barbell. Burpee. Each repetition begins with the athlete jumping or stepping back and lowering their body until chest and thighs are in contact with the floor. The athlete will then jump or step up to their feet and jump with their hands raised overhead. Athlete must ensure that both feet leave the ground when performing the jump. Shoulder to overhead. The athlete must bring the barbell from the floor up into the front rack position on the shoulders. The athlete then moves the bar overhead, showing full extension of the elbows at the top. A split jerk, push press, or strict press are all permitted. If the athlete chooses to perform a split jerk, they must bring the feet together to complete the rep. Kettlebell deadlift. Starting with the kettlebells on the floor, the athlete lifts both kettlebells until the hips and knees reach full extension. The athlete then returns the kettlebells back to the floor. Both kettlebells must touch the floor between each repetition. Knees to chest. Athlete begins a repetition hanging from the bar with the arms and hips fully extended and with the feet off the ground. The athlete will then raise both knees above parallel or above the height of the hips. Kipping and strict knee raises are permitted. Weighted box stepovers. Holding a dumbbell in each hand, that repetition begins with the athlete stepping up onto the box. The rep is complete when both of the athlete's feet are touching the floor on the other side of the box. Both feet must touch the top of the box for the rep to count. The athlete is not required to stand up and show hip extension at the top. Push-ups. Each repetition begins with the athlete in the push-up plank position. The athlete will then lower their body until their chest makes contact with the ab mat. The rep is complete when the athlete presses back up to the starting position, showing full elbow extension. Sit-up. Each repetition begins with the athlete's back on the ab mat with their hands touching the floor behind their head. The athlete then performs a sit-up. The repetition is complete when the athlete's shoulders pass in front of the hip crease.